Good afternoon. I hope everybody's week has gotten off to a great start. This week, we're going to look into pre registration for classes next year. Tomorrow, we'll be releasing the 2021-22 course catalog. In it, you'll find descriptions of all of the courses that we'll be offering next year, and it will also include information about things like graduation requirements by department and any prerequisite information. One of the things that you will notice this year is that we're excited to offer some new elective choices. To let you know more about each of these great opportunities today, you'll hear from each of the teachers who have been bringing a lot of effort to bring you these interesting options your way. First, here's Mr. Hillink to share a new opportunity for rising sophomores to take an offering of AP Modern World History.
Hi, my name is Mr. Hillink, and I'm excited to introduce a new course that will be available next year in the history department for sophomores. It'll be current ninth graders rising to the sophomore year in 2020-21. It's AP World History Modern. It's going to be a college level course available to students who are interested in pursuing a challenging curriculum that is designed by the College Board to test a variety of skills and a wide range of content across many parts of the world during the period from the late Middle Ages right up to the present. We will cover everything from the Middle Ages to the modern age, and we'll look at interconnections between and among places like Asia, Africa, Europe, the Americas, trade, war, diplomacy, the spread of religions and other cultural ideas, migrations and settlements, human interactions with the environment. These are just a few of the themes and issues that we'll be focusing on as we work on mastering a host of skills that are tested by the College Board on the exam in May. Causes and consequences of developments and trends, changing continuity over time in different areas, comparing and contrasting institutions. You're going to be working on the skills you'll need to demonstrate on multiple choice questions and free response questions. And these skills have applications not only in history, but in many disciplines. In order to enroll, you need to have Mr. Rayford's recommendation. You should be good at reading and learning from a text, as well as able to write clearly. We have an exciting opportunity here to begin mastering college level history, and I'm excited to have the chance to teach you. If you have any questions and would like to speak with me or Mr. Rayford about the new course, I would encourage you to do that. And I will look forward to having the chance to teach you. Thanks very much.
Thanks, Mr. Hilling. Now, sharing another new history class is Mr. Rayford.
Good afternoon. This is Mr. Rayford. I have the privilege to tell you about a course I'll be teaching in the fall called the Homeric Age Survey. I don't know what you think of when you hear the Iliad and the Odyssey. Maybe you think of this guy, Homer. Hopefully you do. Maybe you think of this, the Trojan horse. Maybe you think of her, Helen, or more likely, her abduction, which causes the war. Maybe you think about her face, which launched 1,000 ships. Maybe you think of Odysseus and his 10-year journey home from the Trojan War, where he battles the Cyclops. He also battles the Scylla and the Charybdis. They're not just in a police song. There they are. But whatever your preconceived notions of those coming in, if you're interested kind of in this time period in the ancient Greek world and mythology, we're going to study these in depth. The Iliad we will cover in the fall, and the Odyssey in the spring. We'll study them from a literary, historical, and archaeological standpoint. We're going to compare various translations. Our main text will be the ones by Robert Fagles, but we will also use other texts as well to incorporate two new translations, one of the Iliad by Caroline Alexander and another by Emily Wilson of the Odyssey. are crucial to understanding kind of the female perspective in that and how the translation goes. We will also be looking at ancient fragments, the papyrus fragments. This is from the 8th book of the Iliad. We'll look at the oldest extant manuscript from the early 15th century, the Venetus A. We'll explore whether ancient Troy really did exist. Spoiler alert, it did. In the 1870s, this guy, Heinrich Schliemann, found it. And he found it in Hisarlik, Turkey. It's in modern-day Turkey. This is an aerial shot of the archaeological site today. There's another view of the archaeological site. We'll also study the art of the Trojan War, specifically pottery, black figure pottery and red figure pottery. It's not a big mystery. As you can see, this is black figure pottery. It is exactly like it sounds. It typically has black figures with a red or orange background. And red figure pottery typically has a black background with red or orange figures in them. We will study, here's another. This is Odysseus, of course, kind of evading the sirens in the Odyssey. We will study Troy itself. There's actually 9 Troys, different levels. Troy 6 is the Troy of the Trojan War. This is an artist's rendition of the South Gate that plays so crucial role in the Iliad. We'll also study Mycenae, and we'll study Tiryns. This is the famous Lion's Gate at Mycenae, where King Agamemnon was from. We'll explore kind of etymology of a lot of the words throughout. So why is it called the Iliad? Well, I won't bore you with that, but unless you're interested in taking the class. So hopefully by the end, ultimately you'll discover why Homer still matters today, and that he really does matter, and he plays a great, has a great influence in our culture still to this day. So if you are interested and want to talk about the new class, I would love to hear from you. Thanks for your time.
And now, Mr. Matthews has a third new opportunity in the Social Studies Department, psychology.
Hi. The Social Studies Department is excited to offer a new course in the study of psychology for next year. The mention of psychology often brings a variety of ideas to mind, perhaps behavior, consciousness, mental health, personality, or even therapy. All are related to the field of psychology, so with such a wide-ranging field, we'll approach the course as an introduction to the most prominent areas. We'll examine methodology, experimentation, real-world applications. You'll be allowed to conduct individual research into specific areas of interest. Additionally, I plan to bring in professionals working in related fields to give you more in-depth views of applications and jobs related to psychology. The course is offered as an elective for juniors and seniors and doesn't require any recommendations or prerequisites. Please feel free to stop by my room 304, with any questions you may have about the course.
One of the great new additions this semester to the Science Department has been Ms. Heather Wiese. We're excited about a course she's developed and that she now will be sharing with you.
Hi, I'm Mrs. Wiese, and I'm excited to talk to you about a new semester course that we will be offering called Bioinformatics. So what is it? Bioinformatics is the science of collecting and analyzing biological data. So this field began growing with the completion of the Human Genome Project several years ago, and it has grown exponentially since then, especially in the area of personalized medicine. So doctors can now work with bioinformatics specialists on diagnosis, prognosis, and the entire medical history of a patient in order to specifically tailor medications for each patient individually. So bioinformatics analyze genetic information using complex algorithms and computer programs and simulations. So in our class, you'll get an overview of how to mine the data and how to use these programs and simulations. The cool part about this is that there are no mock databases or programs. The programs that you'll be introduced to in the course are the actual same programs and databases that scientists around the world are currently using in real research. So when you go for a job or a college application, you would be able to discuss these programs as well as the research project that we'll be doing in the course. So if you're interested in science or medicine, you like solving puzzles, or you're a creative thinker, then this course is for you. I'm going to share my screen so I can show you. This is a project that I did this morning. So here's an example of one type of analysis we will perform in bioinformatics. This phylogenetic tree represents 3 COVID-19 genomes sequenced by the CDC from the state of Alabama in January 2021, so just last month. By looking at the tree, we can see that they are related to each other at the root, which is the far left side of that graph, and then 2 of them branched out. This is most likely due to mutations in the genome, and this commonly occurs with viruses. These 3 genomes also showed a 99% sequence similarity, which means they're from the same viral strain. Other types of analysis we'll perform include protein and RNA-based analysis. This one that I've shown you here is a DNA-based analysis. And also we'll discuss forensic and legal implications of bioinformatics tools. The placement in this course requires recommendation of the science faculty and is open to all juniors and seniors who have taken biology and chemistry. Thank you so much. I'm Mrs. Weezy. Have a great day.
As we mentioned, we'll be releasing the course catalog tomorrow. It'll have a full description of all these courses as well as the other courses you're accustomed to. We've set aside advisory this week for conversations with your advisors around the courses you're considering to register for. Next Wednesday, we'll hold our annual informational meeting about registration for your parents, and in next week's advisory, this year's current senior class will visit underclassmen advisory groups to share insights and thoughts on course selection. In athletics this week, our girls and boys basketball teams will begin their postseason play in the area tournament. The girls will travel to Priceville on Tuesday and the boys to St. Paul II on Wednesday. Our soccer teams will be traveling to Montgomery this weekend for the Capital City tournament. It was great to watch the boys team open up their season on a frigid field at Merrimack this past weekend in the Falcon Fest, where they finished second. Tennis will take on New Hope on Wednesday, and we also want to wish Race Wright the best of luck Friday in Montgomery when he competes in the state wrestling meet. We also had great results from our indoor track team at their state meet this past weekend with a lot of PRs and also a lot of school records. This past Wednesday, we had another 4 Raiders signed to continue their athletic career in college. Sophia White signed with the Coast Guard Academy, Kelly Hay with Belmont Abbey, Noah Reed with Olivet Nazarene, and Harrison Wethington with Samford. These 4 join Emma Hudson and Sarah Kate Childs, who recently signed earlier this year. We're excited to watch these Raiders compete with their new schools. Also last week, we had the induction ceremony for the National Art Honor Society. Inducted into this prestigious art order, this year's inductees were Sydney Hodge, Mallory Holland, Carly Gia, Caitlin Johnston, Margaret Kados, Grace Malloy, Maggie May, Andrew Pompelli, Chloe Stepien, Caristelle Walsh, and the officers did an amazing job putting on this meaningful ceremony that featured special guest Kim Hufstetler. In other announcements, remember to bring in coat or toiletry donations to the upper school office. We'll have bins for collecting them, or you can turn them in to Coach Morris's office. Tomorrow, we'll have a guest speaker, Kristen Scroggin, who will be sharing her work on communication across generations. Our faculty heard Mrs. Scroggins last month. She was excellent. With the special speaker, we'll have a special schedule tomorrow, which I'll show here, and we will meet in advisory rooms to watch the live stream at 1 o'clock. Thank you for your time and attention today. I look forward to seeing which advisory had the most jerseys today and will reward greatly. Have a great week, be excellent to each other, and seniors, you're dismissed.